Beginning in 1994, Wyoming BLM's Worland Field Office manager, Darrell Barnes, was drawn into a multi-year conflict with rancher permittee Harvey Frank Robbins, Jr. over the management of cattle on his grazing allotments. In this September 2004 interview, Barnes provided his side of that dispute.
We were basically talking to all of the permittees that we have here, which is several hundred during that time frame, because all of the permits were affected by drought. And we'd put out newsletters and we had meetings and actually sat down with all the permittees and talked about their individual allotments. And our people were out looking at all the individual allotments. And depending on the situation, it wasn't uniform across the board. Some of the allotments had better rainfall because they're higher elevation, things like that. And the rainfall patterns through this area are a little bit erratic. They one year they may get a little bit more rain here than over here. We would close the allotments if it was required. We would reduce stocking levels if that was the right fit, and had real good cooperation. Mr. Robbins wouldn't go out and meet with the range people to look at his allotments, and if you sent him a letter or talked to him, he would basically say, "Well, I don't have a drought." The fact of the matter is that some of the hardest hit country that we had during the whole drought was right in the vicinity of his allotments. The divide where Meeteetse is, and then running south to Thermopolis there, that country was some of the hardest hit of all the country we had during the drought. It seemed like you'd get the storms would come in and just if they dropped something over in the further to the east here, they wouldn't drop any rain over in that country, and it was really in bad shape. Now, a lot of the permittees, his neighbors right around him, were taking 50%, 80% cut reductions in stocking levels, or not to putting any livestock out at all voluntarily. And during the same period, then there was a real problem with his livestock. He didn't have a drought, he says. So during the same period, his livestock would be showing up on these other permittees' allotments. We're not in very good shape, and actually further degrading adjacent allotments to a significant effect. In that particular period of time, with all the heavy unauthorized use that was going on with his livestock on his own permits as well as on adjacent allotments, is the reason we canceled the HD permit. We were seeing use levels up there of 80, 90%. It looked about like bare dirt. There was multidisciplinary teams that went up and did assessments on soils, hydrology, vegetation, and it was a pretty bleak picture, a degrading situation.